Hello everyone, I've got some fabulous gel print Christmas cards to share today. So first I'm just going to go through the prints that I was able to achieve. And I had some footage, but I lost some of the footage of making these gel prints, so I just decided not to include the making portion. I gathered some evergreen boughs from outside on my walk home to use for a lot of these prints, and then the other star item was some bubble wrap. And this one I added some brayer with some paint with the brayer, and then I have a polka dot brayer which got those nice red dots on that one. Here's the fabulous bubble wrap prints. Love using bubble wrap, it gives some great texture. This one was just kind of some grunge on the plate and then the red and the bubble wrap. Now this one here was from the previous printing session, but I do use it in one card in this video. Again, more wonderful bubble wrap. And this one's kind of an ugly duckling, but it works out well in the cards. So for the first series, first 4 or 5 of them, I have this print, and then I have some evergreen bough die cut, so you can kind of see the evergreen branch in the print, and then there's the polka dot brayer that I've added some gold as well as some gold with just a regular brayer onto the gel print. Have a dark green card base, and I'm gonna use these little branch dies to put on the top left there and make a little visual cluster. I decided to purchase some Christmas word dies since I had like only one in my stash, and so I got a set with several of them, and they work great for these cards, so they'll give me a lot of use. And then this word joy is from the one set that I bought, and I cut it out in kind of a muted gold. Then from some scrap gel print, I used this holly die to cut out a couple pieces of holly. And that I'm just going to glue towards the top of the branches, and just as a cute little accent there. And it'll finish off this card and this layout, and I will come in and show you all of the cards that I got with this sketch or layout. And some of them are different gel prints. So this one, then I did one in more of a white palette, and then the 3 more of the one from that one print. Moving on, I also bought some tree dies, Christmas tree dies, but you could also do the same look with just a nice triangle with the gel prints. So this is that red bubble wrap gel print, which I get 4 cards out of this one. And then I've cut out 2 of the trees in a dark green. This one has like little circles. It's really cute, but again, you could just do a simple triangle if you didn't have the die. And then for the word, there was the word Mary in the dies that I bought, and so I've cut that out in gold glitter paper. I'm going to put that towards the bottom, and then I'm going to put the 3 trees above it. So I've got the 2 dark green trees here on each side, and then in the center I'm gonna use that gel print tree. It was just from a scrap of gel print, but I have cut it out twice also in some cardstock. You can see the thickness there. That's just to give it a little bit of dimension. Look at that beautiful print. I don't even know if that print was one that I liked for a background, but sometimes maybe it's not perfect for a background, but it really works great as a focal element, as a die cut on the page. So yeah, I just looked at the prints that I had that had mostly green on them, and I used those for the tree, and then I used a lot of it for the holly accents that I have in some of the cards. So here are the 3 other cards made with the same layout and the same red bubble wrap print in the background. I think they turned out really well. And on to the next layout. I have, I think, 12 very similar cards here. This is another one of the bubble wrap ones. Pretty fabulous. And I'm just backing it onto some red cardstock, and then I have a green cardstock card base. And you'll see that many of these cards are very similar, but yeah, not very many of them, well, none of them are identical because they're made with gel prints, which are, every part of it is one of a kind, even if it's from the same print. So I had found these holly embellishments in my stash, and I used every single one of them, and I got actually 12 cards that were very similar with the holly. So then I have the word Mary and the holly, and the star of the card really is the one-of-a-kind gel print, but I love to add, a little bit of more sparkle and a little focal point there. So I have very similar. Here's 10 more, and one of them was hiding, so it'll come in at the end. Very similar, but as you can see, I can't even do them the same when I have all the same layout, right? I gotta do some differently. And part of it was, I didn't have enough paper or whatever, but I like that they're different. So this was the one print from the last printing session, and these 3, as well as the one that was hiding, are portrait orientation, but the same idea, the holly and a word and the gel print. So we got 12 cards out of that, and here's the one that was hiding. Bring it back in. All right, for the next 4 cards, I fell in love with this gel print. It was pretty crazy, and I think I was trying to save it by adding the red paint, and then I added the red paint with the polka dot brayer, and it turned out to be, I think, one of my favorites because it's just completely unique, and it's just a really fabulous art card. And so it's art as a Christmas card. Again, I pulled in this holly die, and I added a little bit of stickles for the berries, and then I have some cardstock, so that'll give it a little bit of dimension. And so we just have the word Mary with the gold, and then the little holly accent. The rest of it is just the gel print, and I think it turned out great. And it's a really great way to send a one-of-a-kind card, but this is, the best way that I could do mask making. I just can't do too many of the same thing, apparently, but it's great with the gel prints. And here are the 3 other ones. As you can see, each one is unique, but they're very similar, and it's got that great evergreen branch texture in it. That's those 4. Here are some honorable mentions. So I believe this gel print was from my previous session also, but it was an extra. Then I had this one. Love the texture in that one. It's got the bubble wrap and different pine needles in the background. And this one even has a little bit of washi on it. So, and there's that holly die. I've popped up the berries. That's a bigger holly die that I got. Now these last 2, I was actually covering up some palm print that got into the gel print. Yeah, that's it. 32 Christmas cards. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.